What is this? Because of this table of it. Now it should be okay, brother. Now it's fine. No, he's having an adapter. No power. In this
John, everything John. What is
charge it and see. Then you have to charge and see. Charging may not be there.
no, it's a full charge. These are on, why I don't know on. Something else I don't know.
Then charge it.
It's charged. You just charge it on.
Charge it there. Then again you can switch on to it.
Take 2 minutes to
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hey,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
now there's no point.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
This point is coming, I don't know.
This one shock is coming, bro. Shock is coming, bro.
Shock is coming. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hey, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hey, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Jai Gaur Premanande. Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya,
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha,
Nanda Gopakumaraya
Nanda Gopakumaraya,
Govindaya Namo Namaha
We'll just check.
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda,
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Advaita Gadadhara,
Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
You are welcome for continuity of your Bhakti Shastri Bhagavad Gita study of 13th chapter in nature, enjoyer and consciousness. So let us finish some verses and then we'll see what to do. इसका मैं किसी और में निकालूंगा किसी और कंप्यूटर से कोशिश करके देखूंगा स्लाइड पेन ड्राइव हरे कृष्ण So yesterday we started discussing 6 questions asked by Arjuna. So you have some a list. Where is the list of these students?
Yesterday
There are more students than yesterday.
Yesterday I gave it to you.
This I gave up somewhere.
Okay, I'll give it.
So what are the 6 questions Arjuna asked from Krishna? Yes, Prabhu, can you tell? Our Kirtan, what is your good name, Prabhu? Mana Siksha. Yeah, Mana Siksha, Prabhuji. What are the 6 questions which Arjun asked from Krishna? Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetragya, Gyana, and Gayam. Now these are all Sanskrit terms. Now translate these terms in your own language. Oh yes, who will tell me? Yes, you tell.
Prakriti is nature.
Nature, material nature.
Purusha is enjoyer.
Purusha is enjoyer.
Kshetra is the field or the body.
Kshetra is a field of activity.
Field of activity.
And Kshetragya is knower of the field. Gyaan.
Is knowledge.
Gyaan is knowledge.
And gaya is the
Object of knowledge. What is to be known? Good. So anybody can tell me which is the first answer Krishna gave? Out of the 6, which one Krishna is answering first?
field.
Field of activity, Kshetra and Kshetragya.
Field and
So what is Kshetra? Kshetra means this body. This body, okay? And Kshetragya means one who knows this body. So how many knowers do you know? Which are the 2 knowers? Soul and super soul. So now you make a chart. What is the difference between the soul as a knower and super soul as a knower? This is something you may little exercise yourself. What is the difference between the soul as a knower and a super soul as a knower? Okay? So this is small thing you have to remember always. Okay? Okay, now next the verse says, Krishna says, and now I am going to, in summary, I am going to speak about you, what the body is composed of. Okay? What are the changes, transformation in the body? From where it comes, so there are a couple questions in verse number 5. How many questions are yesterday? I gave you the list, right?
5.
Now we are starting right now, we are starting from verse number 6 and 7, then we will discuss in the end, okay? So this much is clear to everybody? So what is given in verse 6 and 7 is the composition of the body. But before I go to that, I think 3 things I must ask from you. What is the concept of 3 Brahma and 5 Brahma? Concept of 3 Brahma and 5 Brahma. First, Hare Krishna. First, I have to give you from my computer to you.
If it will connect or not, I have to see it.
Okay. So 3 Brahma concept is
Prakriti Brahm, Jeev Brahm,
Prakriti Brahma, Jeev Brahma, and so all 3 are Brahma. Okay. Now the 5 Brahma concept. Annamaya, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Gyanmaya, Vigyanmaya, Brahma, it is called Brahma Pucham Pratishtha, right? So out of these 3 are field and 2 are knower of the field. So which 3 are the field? So first 3, Annamaya, Pranamaya and Gyanmaya are coming within the jurisdiction of Kshetra or field, right? The two, first one, Gyanmaya is soul, the first knower. The Anandamaya is second knower, the super soul. Alright? And then there is a quotation of the words from Vedanta Sutra about Anandamayo Abhyasat. Right? So what is in the verse number 4 which Krishna is speaking? Is there attendance sheet also you bring up? No, there is no attendance sheet. Yes? Okay. Alright. So, what is the principle in that verse number 4? Brahma Sutra Padesh Chaiva Heto Madhiro. This is the quote. Which text is this? You tell me? 5. What is it? What is, yeah. What is the verse you read? First line of the verse. Rishi Vir Bahuda Gitam Chando Vivadai Brahma Sutra Padesh Chaiva Vivadai Pratik Vivid Madhvi. Here from me. Okay. So Rishi V means sadhu. Chando V means shastra. So the principle is sadhu, shastra and guru. Who is a guru in this case? Krishna. Krishna, though he is a supreme lord, but he is simply establishing the philosophy of sadhu, shastra and guru. So next to the word you write the principle of sadhu, shastra, guru. Right? So then there is a verse in which I think there are some words like yadrik, yajaya. Which verse is this? Verse number? Yeah, this verse number. Tat kshetram yacha yadrik cha yadrik yad vikari yatascha yata yata prabhavascha yata samasena veshno. So there are different subject matters. So out of these, now we are reading the verse number 6 which describes yatcha. Something yadrikcha. So we'll see what is this, okay? So let us read this verse now. We are starting from verse number 6 and 7. Mahabhutani ahankaro buddhir avyaktam evacha indriyani dashaikam cha panchendriya gochara ichha dvesha sukham dukham sangatas chetana dhriti etat kshetram samasena savikaram sudahritam. Now this verse, two verses give the composition of the field, means body. So body is composed of what? Now I am just saying, in this verse the nature of the field is described. What is described in this verse? The nature of the field. Mahabhutani refers to 5 grass elements. What are the 5 grass elements? Earth, water, ether. Okay, all right. Ahankar refers to false ego. Now you write one line more. Ahankar refers to false ego, the cause of Mahabhutas. Why the Mahabhutas come in existence? Because of Ahankar. Because of the false ego. Okay? Now third line. Buddhi refers to Mahatattva. Prabhupada writes this in a purport we will find. I will tell you where is this. Buddhi refers to Mahatattva composed of Gyaan, the cause of Ahankar. cause of false ego. Buddhi refers to Mahatattva. This is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. Composed of Vigyan. Avyakt, there is a word Avyakt in the verse. Can you see the word Avyakt? Avyakt refers to Prakriti, the cause of Mahatattva. Avyakt refers to Prakriti, cause of Mahatattva. What is that Avyakt? Sorry? Avyakt is the cause of Mahatattva. What is Avyakt? Pradhan. What? Pradhan. So, do you know what is the difference between Mahatattva and Pradhan?
Before jiva comes. Dharma is before jiva enters.
It's like that when there is no creation, all the material nature are kept like unused, that is called pradhan. Like you have some utensils only use in the festival. So when there is no festival, you keep everything in a godown. So when there is no creation, all the material elements are at one place, that is called pradhan. And Mahatattva means it's the beginning of the creation. It means to bring all the parts out, make it ready for the festival. So Mahatattva means beginning of the creation. Same thing. It's like you can say like baby in the womb is Mahatattva. Baby born is baby in the womb is Pradhan. Baby born is Mahatattva. Something like that. Is it clear? Two things. Now, Indriyani refers to 10 senses. Indriyani means 10 senses. 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 working senses. Somebody can tell me the name of 5 knowledge acquiring senses? What is your name, Prabhu? Keshav Prem. Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishna Prema Pradayate Das. From where? Malaysia. Tarima Khasse. So, what are the 5 knowledge acquiring senses? Yes, ear, eyes, nose, touch, skin, tongue for? Tongue is a knowledge acquiring for? Taste, very good. So what are the 5 working senses? Hands, legs? Huh? No. No, this is knowledge acquiring sense.
Voice.
Voice, tongue. Tongue. Voice. So tongue is a working sense also. So tongue is the only one which is both knowledge acquiring and working. Right? And 2 more are the excretory organs. Okay? Now, eka. There is a word ek also in the word, right? Verse ek. Dasha ekam ek. Dasha ek. Ek means 1. That is mind. Ek refers to mind. So 10 senses and 1 mind. Right? Dash ekam. Ekam means mind. And now we are going further. The 5 Indriyani gochar. See, word is in Sanskrit, 5 Indriyani gochar. Can you find out? Which means the 5 object of senses. For eyes, form, ear, sound. So sound, touch, form, taste and smell. Right? Now make it more serious. You just write number. 5 grass elements, write 5. 5 grass. Okay? 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 10. 5 working senses, 15. 5 sense object, 20. Right? Mind,
Yes.
21. Intelligence, 22. Falsafa, 23. And Mahatattva, 24. These are the total 24 elements of which this body is made. Is this 24 okay? Yes?
Have the double marking comes here. Yeah. Like in working senses and knowledge acquired also in that tongue. So
Tongue is both. For talking is a working. For tasting is knowledge.
when you're counting it twice.
You don't have an microphone. I don't get what she's saying. Somebody can.
When we are counting the total, when we are counting the total.
She is asking that term is counting twice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the total count means we are taking it twice because of the two purpose.
Yes. You have done the letter of instruction. Vacho Vegam
Yes.
is tongue. Talking. Huh? Tongue has a talking sense. Vacho is talking. Right?
Jiva.
Right? And for udar, belly, taste. Is acting as taste. Because of taste we eat more. So both ways is used there. Koribar jiva jai. Every day before you eat prasad you say Koribar jiva jai. Out of all the senses, tongue is most voracious. Why? It is having two functions. Therefore, those who control tongue can control everything. Therefore, this verse says, Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaveta indriyani. You cannot know the Krishna and his holy name by senses. Sheva no mukhe jiva. You start the service with tongue. So devotional services start with tongue. Chanting holy name and honoring Krishna Prasad. So the tongue is most important in that sense. Okay? Now, Indriyani gochar. Gochar actually, go means the senses. Char means where the senses are going to enjoy. Eye is going to enjoy form. Ear, sound. Nose, smell. Tongue, taste. Skin, splash, touch. Right? Okay? The field is made of these 24 elements. Field, it means body is made of these 24 elements. Whole creation is made of these 24 elements. Is okay? This is called Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means analytical study of the material world. Is it okay? 24 everybody remembers now? Now, note. Yeah, note means you note. Yacha of this verse number 4. In verse number 4 there is a word Yascha. Yacha. Can you see the word Yacha?
Yes.
This is the field composed. This is described in up till now. So Yacha is described. Means body is composed of, or it is the nature of the body. 24 elements. Okay? Now Sanghat. There is the word Sanghat after that in the verse. Can you see the word Sanghat?
Yes.
Sanghat is the body evolving from 24 elements. Sanghat means body evolving from 24 elements. So these 24 elements compose this body. This body is composed of 24 elements. Now we are going to the next verse. Ichha Dvesh. Can you see the Ichha? Ichha means desire. Dvesh means hatred. Sukh means happiness. And Dukh means, they are well known. We know this. You all know this. You have desire. You hate somebody. Yes. Very good. Yeah, yes, this is true. And everybody knows what is happiness and what is distress. So from there they are coming. And more than this is Chetana and Dhriti. Can you see the word Chetana and Dhriti?
Yes.
Chetana, generally Chetana means consciousness, but polluted consciousness, material. And Dhriti means conviction or perseverance. Dhriti means perseverance or conviction. Dhriti. Now these six are coming from where? These are the function of what? They belongs to what? Huh? A good example, subtle body. They are functions of mind. They are not the function of soul or the knower. They are also function of the subtle body. Generally, it's mind, right? So
all these which come in now starting from desire, hatred, happiness, these are coming from mind.
yeah,
But then what about
Chetana is a mental function which gives rise to the knowledge, and Dhriti is perseverance. These are all functions of mind. So mind is part of the body. So they are still connected to the subtle body or mind. Okay? 6 items are, and what is this constitute? Ichha and other qualities mentioned in this verse are qualities of the mind, not of the soul. Okay? All these 6 are the qualities of mind, not of the soul. They are included in the field, means kshetra. They are part of the body. Note. What note is? This does not mean, however, that soul does not have desire. Soul also have a desire ultimately. Do you know soul has a desire? Doer, you have discussed the philosophy of doer. Who is the doer? In first 6 chapters. You have already passed exam, right? First 6 chapters. Doer. Who is the doer? Three doer. Concept of 3 doers, right? Soul as a doer and super soul as a doer and material nature is also doer, right? But who is responsible out of the 3? Why? Desire. Soul desire, super soul sanction, material nature provide the paraphernalia. So, responsible is soul because he desires. So, this is the karta. Soul is not also doer. Do you know this verse in 5th chapter? Nadate kaschit, nadate kaschit. Verse number 13, 5:13. Find out 5:13. 13 or 14. What is 5:13?
Sarva karmani manas. 5:13.
And after that?
Na kartavyam.
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्सृजते प्रभु अज्ञानेन आवृतं ज्ञान स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते. स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते. In this verse, Prabhu is mentioned for what? Anybody knows? You have discussed this verse, right? So verse number 15. 14, right? Prabhu in this world refers to whom? Find out Prabhupada's translation. Master of the city of the body means soul, right? So soul is not responsible of anything. Nadate kaschita. What is the word? Na kartitvam na karmani. He is not doing anything. Who is doing? Subhavastu parvartate. Subha means nature is doing. Right? So, whose nature? Whose nature?
It's the nature of the soul that
Nature of the soul. Where? So how the nature is? How the nature? How the nature is manifested? Yesterday we discussed this topic. How? So, Subhav means nature of a person. So where this all Subhav, where it resides? In the subtle body. In the subtle body. And it is formed by what? Nature is formed by three modes of material nature. It is the three modes of material nature. They exert their influence on the subtle body and nature of an individual is formed. And this nature goes from one body to other body along with soul. It's not nature of the soul, but because soul identifies with the intelligence through false ego. Therefore, this now who is responsible for everything is nature, Subhav. Subhav, right? Now you go to the third chapter. Arjun asked this question. Nobody wants to do sinful activities, but he is forced to do. Who is responsible? Who is forcing us to do sinful activities? And then you read the whole verse. Kamesha, Krodesha. Now Rajogun means mode of patience. So that nature which is influenced by mode of patience forces us to have desires. You understand this now? You understand the whole philosophy now, how it works? Huh? Subhav is. Now there is another verse in 5th chapter, 7, verse number 22nd. I think 22nd. Or 23rd. Huh? No, 23rd. Yashaknoti yashodum prak sarir vimokshana काम क्रोध उद्भवम वेगम. Can you see this काम क्रोध उद्भवम वेगम? Now do you go back to the verse, the 3rd chapter? कामेश क्रोधेश रजोगुण समुद्भव. So काम and क्रोध, impulse of काम and क्रोध is coming from mode of passion. And one has to tolerate this if we want to be happy in this life. Shodum means tolerate. These are the two verses for new. When you go somewhere to the new audience, I have one specific topic for them. Cause of suffering and how to be happy. What is the cause of suffering? What is the cause of unhappiness and how you can be happy? For general people, these two verses, verse number 22 and 23. 22 is cause of suffering. And 23 is process for being happy. What is the last word in the verse? Sa sukham. Sa sukhi naraha. That person is happy. One who tolerates the influence of calm and krodh, anger and lust. How long do you think? How long? The verse says, Prak Sarir Vimoksha, means as long as we live. As long as this body is there, these ichha, dvesha, sukham, dukkham, chetana, dhriti, they will continue because they are the functions of mind, right? In this verse what we are discussing.
Functions of mind.
Yeah, these are all functions of mind. And this is because of the influence of three modes of material nature, which form our subha, our nature. Okay, now we are going further. So soul also has these qualities. Mind have many other things also. One function of mind is called sankalp. willing, feeling, thinking. These are all function of mind. So there's no big list given here. There's a big list of these functions. In a Vedas, there's a verse which says, Kamaha sankalpo vichikshitaha shardha dhriti hiri dri bhi iti etat sarvam mana eva. So how many functions of mind are given in the verse of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad? This says number 1, desire, calm. Desire is function of mind, number 1. Number 2, determination, dhriti, sankalp, what to do, what not to do. Number 3, uncertainty, faith, lack of faith. I have faith, I have no faith. So this is mind, sometimes we have faith, sometimes we have no faith. And then dhriti, perseverance, dhriti, same function of mind, dhriti. Dhriti means conviction or perseverance. Okay? Lack of perseverance. People are very haste, they never, perseverance means one should really be sober enough, convict that I don't want to be disturbed. But people are disturbed, unperseverant. Then these 3 words, Hri, Dri and Bhi, mind's function. Humility. Humility means Hri, and intelligence, Dhi. Dhi means buddhi, intelligence. And Bhi means fear. They are all function of mind. They are all product of mind. Okay? First is desire, calm. Desire, sankalpa. Sankalp means sankalp and vikalp. Shall I do this? Shall I do this? So it's a willing, feeling, something like thinking. Faith, no faith. Perseverance, no perseverance. Humility, intelligence and fear. These are all product of mind. This is from Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So up till now, the next word, yadrik. In verse number 4, word is yadrik. Can you see the word yadrik? So up till yadrik is now explained. It means the function of mind which are included into the body. Now vikar, yad vikaras. Vikara means transformation. So there are 6 transformation in body. Okay, you will know. Body grows, then it is maintained. So take birth, grows, maintain, maturity, byproduct, decline, death. Is body matter? Body is a matter? Table is also matter? Does this table go 6 changes?
No.
It only goes 3 changes. One day it is made. Matter undergo only 3 changes. But the ensouled body undergoes 6 changes. Table cannot produce another table. Right? So this is the difference between the two. Now we are going to
6 changes. For example, we can discuss this with some other devotees, and they are, let's say, heavenly planets, they don't grow old. So it's also no such changes.
see, this material world we are speaking of. There are some places where there is no childbirth. So there is no byproduct. So other planetary system there is, but matter in this material world undergoes 6 changes.
Like Sarvabhauma is also material world.
In Sarvabhauma, there is no byproduct, I think.
And no old age.
There is no birth, there is no death.
Yeah.
Because then they come here. They come here back. They continue again the same 6 changes here.
So it's 6 changes are here on earth.
This is it is said that is the only for enjoyment. Swarg is for enjoyment, and hell is for suffering. As a result of the individual's past karma. But the six changes in the material body, at least on this planet. Now we are going to this field which has six transformations. We have finished this, right?
Yes.
This is Udahartam in the verse. Now we are reading. Prabhupada writes, from all the authoritative statement of the great sages. What are the two sages referred in our book? Vyasadeva and Parashar. Speaking about all these two doers. So two knowers of the body. Soul and super soul, separate from the body, okay? The Vedic hymns. So Prabhupada is quoting that verse number 5, right? What Srila Prabhupada is telling is purport with reference to verse number 5. All these sages and the scripture Prabhupada is saying. All the hymns and aphorism of Vedanta Sutra, component of this world, can be understood as follows. So Prabhupada is speaking about everything. So first there are 5 gross elements. Okay? Then there is false ego, intelligence, and unmanifested stage of 3 modes of material nature. What is that? Prabhupada writes, that's pradhan, right? Unmanifested stage of that is called pradhan. When there is agitation, then is a mahatattva. It's not your subject actually, how the pradhan convert into mahatattva by the vision of the Supreme Lord, by calm, and then the jiva enter into it, and then there is a agitation and 3 modes. So this is something Bhagavatam 3rd canto. This will be your next study. How the mahatattva, say pradhan and mahatattva. So mahatattva means creation. So 3 modes come in action. How? By the glance of the Supreme Lord, time, living entities are impregnated into that. All these things together start agitating the 3 modes of material nature. And then there will be false ego in mode of goodness, false ego in mode of patience, false ego in mode of ignorance. They give rise to all these bodily elements and mind, intelligence, senses. Everything is coming out by this. This is actually how the creation takes place. Okay, Prabhupada writes. Then there are 5 senses of acquiring knowledge. Very simple, 5 working senses, and above the senses is mind, which is within and which is called. You read this line. You read this line. Somebody should read this line. The mind which is within and which is called. Is anybody knows the Sanskrit word for this word inner sense? Anybody know this word for sense? Indriya is one word, yes. Rishika is second word also. Yesterday we is Rishika. Rishika is also sense. Indriya is also sense. There's one more word. The 18th chapter, you go to, I think, what's number? Let me see. Krishna, chapter 18. Verse number 18 Verse number 14.
14.
18, 14. Chapter 18, verse number 14. You read the second line. Adhishtanam tatha karta karnam cha pratikvidam karnam. See the word to word meaning for karn. Instrument. This is the another word for senses. What is the other words for senses? Karan. Therefore, the mind is the inner sense, and the Sanskrit word for that is antah karan. So commonly used in an everyday language. Antah karan.
It's a mind.
Mind, intelligence, pons, ego, all the subtle body is called antah karan.
Okay, inner sense.
Say, karan means senses, outer senses, inner senses. The outer senses are 10, and inner sense is mind. So mind is antakaran, inner sense. So the cleaning of the mind, cheto darpan marjanam. The cleaning of the inner senses is by chanting Holy. The inner senses, cleaning of the antakaran. We have to clean the inner senses. So this inner senses, you remember always this word, antaha karan. Now therefore, including the mind, there are 11 senses together. Now Prabhupada is giving us 10 senses plus mind. Mind is inner senses and 10 are the outer senses. Okay? Now Prabhupada writes, and then there are 5 object of senses. We know this. What is the Sanskrit word for these 5 object of senses? Indriya Vishaya is one word. In this verse, what is the word?
Gochar.
Gochar. Indriya Gochar. There's one more word. Tan Matra. Tan Matra. This is another Sanskrit word for the sense object. Tan Matra. What is it called? Tan Matra. Sense object. Form, roop, ras, gandha. So that is called tan matra. So it's better you enlarge your vocabulary about these words.
Go is also senses.
Sorry?
Go.
Go is also senses. Yes. Go also means senses. Go chara. Go means senses. Chara means where senses go. Go to enjoy. So, say eye is a door through which soul goes to enjoy the beautiful form. Soul enjoys form through eye. Soul enjoys sounds, nice singing through ear. So these are the different senses, okay? Sense object. Now Srila Prabhupada is writing. Now, the aggregate of these 24 elements is called the field of activity, means body. Okay? Same thing, 24 elements clear. If one makes an analytic study of these 24 subjects, then he can very well understand the field of activity. To know body means to know 24 elements. Same thing is to know the whole world. Anything in the material world is, he may be king, he may be beggar, all they are made up of the same composition. Is it okay? Now Srila Prabhupada writes, then there are desire, hatred, happiness and distress, which are interaction, representing the 5 great elements to the grass body. So Srila Prabhupada is saying they are the interaction of 5 grass elements. Interaction of five grass elements. How can we understand this line? Anybody can Anybody can explain? How can we understand these are interaction of these 5 grass elements? Air. Air is a grass element, okay? Air is a grass element. Now it is January. Air is coming cool. So I feel unhappy. Giving me pain, right? Fire. If somebody burn my hand, I feel unhappy. But I cook the food on fire, I am happy. So these are interaction of these 5 elements. This Prabhupada is writing like that. And what we have already discussed is they are function of mind. So ultimately these are impression in the mind, learned by the 5 elements through the body. Mind learns from these senses and sense objects. Mind learns by seeing. I recognize you because I see you. Now this is in my mind, your photo is there. Next time I can recognize you. So seeing is through eyes. But you cannot recognize, only mind recognizes. You understand, this eye is simply a machine for seeing. You cannot recognize anybody by this eyes simply. There are people, they have vision, but they are insane, they don't recognize anybody. They can see. Because registration is somewhere else. The mind has all these pictures as a memory. And when we see this, it goes to mind. You know who is he? I have seen him. This is something going on like that. So these are simply machines. Something else is there, in which the impressions are there. Now next. So living symptom, Chetana, Prabhupada writes living symptom, Chetana, represented by consciousness, Chetana, in this verse, and conviction, Dhriti, are the manifestation of subtle body, which means mind, ego and intelligence. So what Srila Prabhupada's purport has divided 4 as an interaction of 5 elements, and the other 2 as interaction of mind. Can you see this? Can you see the little difference between the 2 commentaries? Srila Prabhupada, 4 things he said interaction of what? 5 grass elements. And the 2 things, the Chetana and Dhriti, the consciousness and the conviction, they are interaction of the mind and subtle body. These subtle elements are included within the field of activities. They are all within the field of activity. They are not the symptom of soul. Okay? This Chetana is not symptom of soul. Is it clear? Now, the 5 grass elements, representation of false ego. You know, in the first line we read, false ego, cause of the 5 elements. You see, I told you, you have written this. False ego, cause of 5 elements. You know this? You have written this. Right? Huh? Yeah, Mahabhuta means 5 elements. Now, Prabhupada writes the same thing. 5 greater elements are grass representation of false ego, which in turn represent the primary stage of the false ego, technically called materialistic conception, tamas buddhi, intelligence and ignorance. Tamas buddhi, intelligence and ignorance. What I have told you earlier is, Chakravarti says, intelligence means Mahatattva. This is what Mahatattva Prabhupada is telling. False ego, technically called material conception of tamas buddhi. This further represents the unmanifest stage of the 3 modes of material nature, which is called pradhan. Can you see this pradhan?
Yes.
Okay. Now, one who desires to know the 24 elements in detail, along with their interaction, should study the philosophy in more detail. In Bhagavad Gita, summary is only given. The body is represented of these factors, and there are changes of the body, which are 6 in number. This is now the next topic. Right? Therefore, the field is a non-permanent material thing. Body is non-permanent material things. It's born and dies. However, the kshetra gaya, the knower of the field, its proprietor is different. Now we have next section. We are going to the next section. Okay? Section of the kshetra gaya is over. Now mainly the knowledge is the subject matter. Krishna further explains the process of knowledge and liberation. Process of knowledge. And there are 20 elements in that. And these all verses are together. Okay? Next section, process of knowledge. Now we read these verses. Okay? Amani tvam madambi tvam ahimsa kshantirajvam acharyopasnam shaucham स्थैर्यम् आत्मविनिग्रहः इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अहंकार एव च जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि दुख दोषान् दर्शनम् असक्तिर अनभिस्वंगः पुत्र दार ग्रहादीशो नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानुइष्टपपतिषु मयि चानन्य योगेन भक्ते अविचारिणी. You should underline this line. This is verse number 8, 9, 10, 11, right? Verse 11, this item is most important. If you practice this one item, the other 19 will automatically manifest. Okay? This one item is most, if you perform this one, say, Bhakti Avicharani. Mai means Krishna. Mai means Krishna. Cha Ananya Yogena. Pure devotional service. Uttama Bhakti Ananya. Bhakti Avicharani. Without break, going here and there. So unalloyed devotional service. Unalloyed for Krishna. Me means Krishna, Shyam Sundar. So unalloyed devotional service to Krishna is most important, number one item for process of knowledge. For process of knowledge. Which is the second most important? Go to the line number first, Acharya Upasnam. Acharya Upasnam. First, now verse number 8, second part, Acharya Upasnam. Means, and this is the most important. Where are you in nectar of devotion?
14th chapter.
14.
Already you have completed this. 64 angas of the bhakti. Of the 64, 3 are most important. What 3 most important? Guru Padashre. Okay. That is Acharya. First 3 are most important, then the right. So first 3 are most important. What are the first 3? Approaching a spiritual master, taking initiation, rendering devotional service. Anybody knows? Guru Pada Ashraya. Pricha. Sadham Pricha. And Hare Krishna. Sadham Pricha. Means inquiries about the transcendental subject matters. Anyways, you know the English 3 words. Approaching a spiritual master, taking initiation, and serving. Rendering service to the spiritual master, practicing. So Acharyo Upasana, Mai Charanya Bhakti Yogena Abhijnana. Okay, now Vivekta Sevi, Vivekta Desha Sevitam. Aratir Jana Samsiddhi Adhyan Gyaan Nityatvam Tattva Gyanartha Darshanam Etad Gyanam Iti Proktam Agyanam Yatnyatha. All these 20 items are the process of knowledge, and against this is ignorance. Now, you have to know the meaning of these words in your own language, whatever language you know, 20 items. I think we should directly read Srila Prabhupada's purport. I have other purport. Now, the two knowers of the field. Now, why this? We need these 20 items. Why we need these 20 items? A question. The answer is the two knowers of the field, the Jiva and Paramatma, which are to be known by distinguishing them from the field just mentioned will be described in detail. So how can we know the two knowers separate from body? Through knowledge. So the process of knowledge, this is the method of knowledge. You can say these are instruments, they are method of knowledge. Is it okay? Why we study these verses? Because by that we will know the two knowers, the soul and super soul, separate from body. Okay? One is Saucham. Anybody know Saucham? Yes. Cleanliness. And there is a verse in the, I'm just telling verse, which says cleanliness is outer and inner. Okay? And the verse is the Saucham Tadvividam. The cleanliness is by two ways. Dvividam. Protam Bhayam, outside. Abhayantram, inside cleanliness. Outside cleanliness, inside cleanliness. So, Mrja Jalabhyam. Outside cleanliness is by water, taking bath. And Mrja means they used to use the mud. So the outer by soap, outer cleaning of the body by taking bath. And then says Simartam Bahayam Bhava Shamshuddha Tatha Antram. The Bhava Shuddha means cleanness of the inner senses. Bhav means mind. So, and the internal cleanness is the purity of mind. And that is by chanting holy name. The inner cleanness is by chanting of holy name. It purifies the mind, our inner senses. Now we are going to Srila Prabhupada's purport. Now Srila Prabhupada, first in one first paragraph, he is giving us the warning that we should not think they are part of the body. See, this process of knowledge, is sometimes misunderstood by the less intelligent man as being the interaction of field of activity. So it does not relate to the body, which is described in 6 and 7 verse. Okay? But actually this is the real process of knowledge. If one accepts the process, then the possibility of approaching the absolute truth exists. It means we know God. We know the soul and we know the super soul. Actually, we have to know the two knower of the body. Is it okay? Now, this is not the interaction of the 24 elements, Prabhupada again warning us. As described before, this is actually the means to get out of the entanglement of those elements. Prabhupada is warning, no, don't make mistake, but this process to get free from it means liberation. It means liberation from the 24 elements, our body. Okay? Gyaan, by this knowledge we will be liberated. Now Prabhupada writes, the embodied soul is entrapped by the body, which is case made of 24 elements, and the process of knowledge as described here is the means to get out of it. Okay? Is very clear? So body is 24 elements, these 20 items are to get out of that. Okay? So to get out the 24 elements, we have to practice 20 elements. Okay? Is this easy? To get out the 24, we practice 20. Now 20 is too much, so Prabhupada immediately saying, out of all the description of the process of knowledge, means 20 elements, the most important point is described in the first line of the 11th verse, which you have already underlined, right?
Yes.
Maichananyena yogena bhaktira vibhicharani. The process of the knowledge terminates in allied devotional service of the Lord. So if one does not approach or is not able to approach the transcendental service of the Lord, then the other 19 items are of no particular value. Okay? But if one takes to the devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, the other 19 items automatically develop within him. Now Srila Prabhupada is giving evidence by quoting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. 5th canto, verse number 18. This is the verse Prahlad Maharaj has spoken. I think so. Yasyasi bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarve samasate sura abhaktas. The next is negative injection. One who is not a devotee, how can he has a good qualities? So this, why this verse is quoted by Srila Prabhupada? To give evidence that devotee have all good qualities. It means all these processes of knowledge will manifest automatically if somebody is devotee of Allah. Okay? Now Srila Prabhupada writes, the principle of accepting a spiritual master as mentioned in the 8th verse is essential. Even for one who takes to devotional service, it is the most important. But it means so many people are doing devotional service. So Prabhupada saying, even if you are practicing initiation, devotion, initiation is necessary. Can you see this line? Transcendental life begins when one accepts bona fide spiritual master. Now, I'm just refreshing your knowledge of nectar of devotion. Sadhan bhakti is practiced by sadhan bhakti is practiced by senses.
Rules and regulations.
Three things: body, mind, and words. Body, mind, and words. And what Srila Prabhupada has written about mind, what he has said about words, and what is the meaning of our body is engaged in service of the Lord. Full page, this whole full page of nectar of devotion explains these three things. And this body is in the last line in the page, and then you go to the next page. And this is in the beginning. the practice of devotional service is by body, mind and words. Mental culture of devotional service, Prabhupada writes, mental culture of devotional Krishna consciousness, devotional services, to always think of pastime of Krishna and Kurukshetra and Vrindavan. Have you read this in Nectar of Devotion? Huh? It is there. Exactly words I am saying. Then for body, most important is, Prabhupada, until and unless one is initiated, body cannot be engaged in the service of devotional service. Refresh your knowledge of nectar of devotion. This is quite early in the, I think, in the definition of the Uttama Bhakti. This must be in the definition of Uttama Bhakti. Body, mind and words, Prabhupada writes. And then how the mind is engaged in Krishna consciousness, how the words are engaged, and how the body is engaged. You have to find this out today, okay? In your book. No. Hey, my God. Nectar of devotion, okay, nectar of devotion. Nectar of devotion, chapter 1. Chapter 2. You found page, what is the page? Tell everybody. First history of devotional service. Page number? 20?
in the book.
22 in the book. Find out. Practice means implying our senses in some particular type of work. Okay?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yes.
Okay. Then it says, there are certain prescribed methods for implying the senses and mind in such a way. And then Prabhupada,
Practice means
This practice is not
both the mind and senses.
Employing both the mind and senses in practical devotion.
okay,
Should I read from here? I find you just
there.
Both the lines and
Page 22.
are you able to find out the exact what I told?
I found.
Huh?
Should I read?
yes, found.
Found.
You must read.
Page.
You read exactly if I have told.
Yeah, I found that.
Read please.
These are the activities of the body, activities of the mind, and activities of the speech. A Krishna conscious person engages his word in preaching the glories of the Lord. This is called kirtana. And by his mind, a Krishna conscious person always think of the activities of the Lord as he is speaking on the battlefield of Kurukshetra or engaging in his various pastimes in Vrindavan.
Which means Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
Which means Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Yes.
With his devotee. In this way, one can always think of the activities and pastimes of the Lord. This is the mental culture of Krishna consciousness. Similarly, if we can offer many services with our bodily activities, but all such activities must be in relationship with Krishna. This relationship is established by connecting oneself with the bona fide spiritual master, who is the direct representative of Krishna in disciplic succession. Therefore, the execution of Krishna conscious activities with the body should be directed by the spiritual master and then performed with faith. The connection with the spiritual master is called initiation.
Okay?
Yes.
So now you underline this. Because this is the most important part of
This is
the
in introduction.
22. Page number 22.
22. Introduction 22. This is in Roman. Should I read further? From the date of initiation by the spiritual master, the connection between Krishna and a person cultivating Krishna consciousness is established. Without initiation by a bona fide spiritual master, the actual connection with Krishna consciousness is never performed.
So these things are very, very practical for our own life. Can you understand this now? So when we are discussing here, or just refreshing your exactly, you find out this mental culture of Krishna consciousness. The body can only be utilized in service of Krishna when we have connection. So what is the definition of initiation? Anybody knows?
Connection with the spiritual master.
Diksha kale Shishya kare atma samarpan. And the next line. Sei kale Krishna kare aksam. When we surrender to spiritual master, Krishna accepts us. So initiation is a connection with Krishna through spiritual master. Okay? Now there are all these items are very simple. You can read in purport and you will find out. One item is interesting. Anyway, first thing I will say, the first process of knowledge is amanitum. The first word is amanitum. Do you have this word anywhere else? Ever heard? Amanina manadena, right? So this is most important word actually for a devotee to be never expecting respect from others. Amanitam. Never expecting respect from others. And adhbhut. What is the meaning of adhbhut? Adham. Damba. You don't show what you are. I am not really say Mahabhagavad, but I sit like that. I am Mahabhagavad. That is Dhamma. Dhamma means what you show something which you are not. That's called Dhamma. So one should not have that. He should be very as he is, just simple, not making show of things. I'm just giving you example. Some people, when some devotee go for preaching in the evening, then some person who organized program, he said, take prasad. He said, no, we don't take prasad at night. And then what he says is, he says to the assistant, collect the prasad in a tiffin, we will honor in the morning. But when in the car, he will start eating. He will not eat in front of the people because I don't want to eat in public. In the evening, I don't want to eat. I am sadhu. I need it when nobody sees me. This is Dhamma. You should be straightforward as you are. Now, Srila Prabhupada is giving the meaning of these words. Prabhupada says, all these good qualities of the knowledge developed in one who has attained the stage of devotional service. Which stage Prabhupada is not saying? The stage of devotional service. So what are these stages of devotional service? Huh? Ado Sharnat Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kiya Anartha Nivarti. So at least after Anartha Nivarti most of these things manifest. Not before that. So it's stage beyond Anartha Nivarti. Then most of these things will manifest, not before that. Right? But this stage, it doesn't say this stage. Actually, one who has reached to the stage of bhav, he is at that level. At least Anartha Nivarti grass, then most of the things will manifest. The principle of accepting spiritual master is mentioned in the 8th verse is essential. The stage of life begins when one accepts. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, clearly states that here that the process of knowledge, the actual path of anything special is nonsense. Is the last line. Now Prabhupada is discussing each item. Humility, amanitum. Then Srila Prabhupada writes, materially everybody want to receive honor. Man means honor. But one who is in perfect knowledge, not this body. Anything, honor or dishonor, certain body is useless. Why devotees amanitum? Because he is beyond bodily concept of life. You understand this one now? There was a sadhu living in his own ashram. Somebody came and told him, somebody's Maharaj giving you bad names. He said, you don't know me. What he will say about me? He said, Maharaj is calling your name and saying you are nonsense, you are rogue, you are thief. He said, you don't know me. Does he know that I am soul? No. He's saying something that my body is bad. No problem. I am not body, I am soul. So he don't know me, so what he will say bad about me? He don't know. So this is what it means, Prabhupada writing. This is the person who is beyond the bodily concept. He is amanita. Kirtanya sada hari. Then his chanting is pure. That is the stage. Okay? Now Srila Prabhupada writes, one should not be hankering after material deception. What does deception means? Material deception. Illusion, deception. Deception of the body, okay? People are very, now Prabhupada is giving some examples. People are very anxious to be famous because they want honor. So they join some religious movement. But they are all bogus. Prabhupada writes. And they advertise a religious mentor. This is Dharma, the second part, Dharma. Can you see this paragraph is part? Adhbhut, second word. Second word. Did you see the second word in the verse? So you write down number 2. This paragraph is explaining number 2. What is the word-to-word meaning for adhbhut? Pridelessness. But what he wants, I am a religious mentor. In a false, some religious movement. It really shows that he is a big sadhu. He is not. That is Dhamma. Can you see Dhamma?
Yes.
There is a story in the scripture that Brahma created, all these things are created. Dhamma is also created Brahma. So as a child, Dhamma came and sat on the lap of Brahma. Then he said, is there a foul smell coming from your mouth, Brahmaji? So who are you? I am Dhamma. The creator is dirty, that is Dhamma. I am pure. This is the story in the scriptures like that. Dhamma came as a child sitting on the lap of Brahma and telling foul smell is coming from your mouth. Brahma, who are you? He said, I am Dhamma. It means I am falsely proud, even I am bigger than you. That is called adhbhut. Okay? As far as actual advancement in spiritual science, one should have a taste to see how far he is progressing. So what is the taste? How much we are humble and how much we are not advertising ourselves as a false devotees, big devotee. So really speaking, what Srila Prabhupada is speaking is amanitum, is a Tiranadapi Sunishan and Tarurapi. That is the mood. Now, he can judge by these items, okay. Non-violence is very nice. Only this purport of Srila Prabhupada gives the definition of non-violence you will not find anywhere else. Anywhere else you will not find definition of non-violence as Srila Prabhupada has given in this purport. What is your common sense answer of non-violence? One who does not kill, okay? Now you read, I'm not reading, you read yourself and see, tell me what the Prabhupada is giving the definition of non-violence. You read yourself, because we have very less time to complete this chapter. Otherwise we can make groups and make you to sit and discuss some things. You read yourself and give me non-violence. Read yourself very simply. You have to go at least one paragraph. So you have to understand what is non-violence here, Prabhupada says. Not preaching is violence. Non-violence means preaching Krishna consciousness. Can you see this?
Yes.
This is a very extraordinary definition of non-violence given by Srila Prabhupada. Not preaching is violence because people are in ignorance. In the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada writes, the whole world is suffering because Bharat has not given the knowledge of Bhagavatam to the whole world. Because we are cause of the violence of all over the world. So this definition will come in here, mostly it comes in example. They explain non-violence from the item of the knowledge. Okay? You must remember this. Nobody should make mistake what violence means here. Okay? Can somebody, he is Krishna Prem Pradayate and you are Mana Siksha. So Mana Siksha, Prabhu, can you answer me what the non-violence means?
You mean preach in this instance. You have to express Krishna consciousness to alleviate the suffering that people already do out there upon in out there activity.
So make sure you answer rightly, okay? Better you write small note about non-violence yourself in your book to be. So you are from where?
Okay.
Kenya. Okay. Now, tolerance is very difficult for you to practice. Therefore, read this. You read this and you know it's very difficult for you to practice. Can you see this? Somebody dishonor, no problem. Amani, I say, Trinal Sunita Tarorapi Saishana. We should be more tolerant than the tree. And then Prabhupada gives an elaborate description. Preacher always get dishonor. This is the nature of material world, Prabhupada writes. This is the nature of material world. Even great preachers, Haridas Thakur was beaten. Jesus Christ was crucified. Muhammad was stoned. So anybody who speak about God, always there are. This is nature. Prabhupada writes, this is material nature is so constituted. So when somebody dishonor you, you learn to tolerate. There is actually a parameter how devotees advancing. But remember one thing. We tolerate our own insult, but not of the society, not of devotee Vaishnava, not of God. Then we have to be intolerant and violent also. You understand that?
Yes.
So this one example I am giving you. the two soldiers of the two enemy countries were fighting. Okay? One soldier of the country got the enemy down, and he has a dagger, he is about to tear open his heart. The one who was under, about to die, he spit in his face. Oh. And the person stopped killing and left him. He got up, he said, why you left me? He said, when you spit on my face, I become angry on you. Because you dishonored me. If I would have killed at that time, I would have been implicated in killing you for my personal prestige. That is not right. Now, you are enemy of my country, come on, we will fight again. But because you spit on me, it means you humiliated me. So therefore I become angry on you. So if I would have killed at that time, then it would have been wrong thing. I would have been implicated in karma. You understand this? So we can tolerate for ourselves, but this is a question I think in your next of instruction. Don't be angry. Then why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu become angry?
Yes.
Is a question.
Yes. Right.
It may come in an exam. It came in exam? No. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu become angry? He is a God. He said Trinadapi. Because for devotees, this is I think a nectar of devotion also, when you have to tolerate, this is called Vaishnava Ninda. Vaishnava Ninda. 3 steps. What are the 3 steps for Vaishnava Ninda?
Kill the person.
First, kill the person, number 1. Number 2, debate and defeat him. Number 3, get away from there. So third is the best option. Okay? Go away from there, right? Vishnujan Swami, they were having a bus with deities, and they were used to bind the deities. So Prabhupada named them Radha Damodar party. He came and told Prabhupada they are binding the Krishna. I feel pain, Prabhupada. Our Krishna is not in Mother Yashoda bound. So the name of the deity is Radha Damodar. And then Maharaj was simple, but some days they were keeping deity out and doing arti. Some nonsense fellow came and he disrespected deity, and Maharaj became angry. He wanted to really kill him. Then the devotees stopped him. He said, how can I tolerate the infamy or the blasphemy of the deities? No. So then sometime we have, it's not tolerant, doesn't mean that you should be coward. You understand? Okay.
In the name of tolerance, why do devotees always have to suffer? In one way, Krishna is saying, my devotee never perishes and I'm always taking care of him. And then in the other way, we see Mirabai is getting poisoned, Prahlad is getting thrown from the cliff. So many devotees have to go through so many.
Krishna says, I will take care of the devotee's soul, not the body. His consciousness, I protect his consciousness. Prahlad in all these difficulties ever forget Krishna? He is the example of Samvarna Bhakti. Out of the 9 methods of Bhakti, he is a Acharya of Samvarna Bhakti. Now our own two Gurudev, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, His Holiness and His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, though they are bodily affected, but their consciousness is same, all the verses and everything. Krishna protected their consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Body somehow, one day, body has to perish. It's not the body, it's really the... Even for Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu protected his body by wrapping himself around his body. And all the lashes Mahaprabhu got on his back. But actually his consciousness, Krishna takes care of the devotional consciousness of a devotee. It never perishes. So now the rest of the item, and then Prabhupada gives the example of Prahlad. He was even so good devotee. He was humiliated. So don't worry, dishonor is natural in this world. Now one thing, I think simplicity and all these are simple, you can read. But one thing is very important which I should tell you is that one thing Prabhupada is writing, can you see this? Because the bona fide spiritual master is representative of Krishna, if he bestow any blessing upon his disciple, he will make the disciple immediately advance without disciples following the regulative principle. Can you see this?
Yes.
And then Prabhupada is a little more, concerned. So he wrote or, the regulative principle will be easy for one who serves the spiritual master, Prabhupada said something, then he thought that it's too much really, everybody will take advantage of this. So he said, then he can easily practice devotion. Can you see this? 2 lines?
Yes.
So by mercy of the spiritual master, even without practicing the sadhan bhakti, one can awaken bhav bhakti. That's the meaning. The real meaning is, without following sadhan bhakti, one can get bhav bhakti. It's like that. I'm just giving you an example. Usually, somebody has to take initiation, he has to wait 6 months, he has to follow rules and regulations. But Srila Prabhupada initiated somebody who just came 2 days back. He initiated so many such devotees. You see, find out. Prabhupada was giving initiation in Bombay. And there was a devotee, his name was Haridas. He himself tells that I was in a jail and I saw the very costly watch of Prabhupada in newspaper. I said, when I get out of jail, I'll go and steal that watch. So he was looking for where's Prabhupada. Prabhupada was in Hyderabad. So he went to Hyderabad for watch. But when he came in front of Prabhupada, Prabhupada gave him watch. And then he became devotee. Then he came to Bombay. And his function was to clean the utensils in the kitchen. And there was initiation going on of some devotees. He told, can I go and see initiation? He said, go. When he was standing there, Prabhupada said, come on, sit down, you can take initiation. He don't know, no recommendation, nothing. He said, where's your mala? No, I'm giving you mala. And then Prabhupada told, you get a passport. He said, I don't know the name of my father. Prabhupada said, okay, you write my name. So he's the one he has written, Haridas, son of Prabhupada. Here's the Bhakti writes. This is called a special mercy of the Spirit. Without any devotees were coming from maybe Bhubaneswar for the opening of this temple. Some have reservations, but there was one devotee, he has no reservation, he was sitting just down on the floor. And here the sannyasa initiation was going on in this temple. And recommendation for 2 sannyasis, but Prabhupada has 3 dandas and 3 sets of cloth. They asked, who is the 3rd one? And the person who was not having the seat in the train, he was coming just sitting down. He said, this is Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, I am giving him initiation. So this is called a special mercy. It's a special mercy. The both initiation was given to Bhakti Charu Maharaj at one time. First and second initiation by Srila Prabhupada. This is called the mercy of the spiritual master. And all these people were the great people on their own. So that is actually what it means. Is it okay? Now one thing I want to read you about. All other are simple definition of the words. You can read yourself. If you have question, you can come. One is very important, 2 lines there, which I use for preaching and are very, very powerful. And before that, I will say this is the 4 words we always use for preaching. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Can you see this? Birth, old age, disease and death. They are in this world, in this verse,
Yes.
in process of knowledge. One who, anabhiswanta means one who understands the troubles of these four. Janam, Mrityu, Jara, Vyaya, Dukha, Doshanu, Darshanam. One who knows that these are actually giving troubles, they are miserable. Then there is a anasikta putra gradishu. Can you see? Putra dar gradishu. Putra means son, dar means wife, gra means home, asak means attached. For this, the purport of Srila Prabhupada is so powerful, and I speak always in preaching. If Prabhupada said, if Grasta has four things in his house turns to weapon, it is not miserable. Find out in the purport 4 things Prabhupada has written about the Grasta. Find out, it is in the purport. Putra, again, you can find?
Yes.
What are these 4 things?
Chanting, chant, discussion of prasadam.
Have a temple in the home, number 1. Number 2, cook prasad and offer to the deity and honor prasad. Number 3, read Gita and Bhagavad. Number 4, chant Harinam, do Harinam Kirtan. Can you find this?
Yes.
Then what should the Prabhupada writes?
There is no need to change the family life to renounce life.
Huh?
If one follows these, there is no need to change the family life to renounce life.
So he can live in a grasta with these 4 things. So because most of the congregation is grasta. If you preach this portion of the Bhagavatam from here, process of knowledge, people will accept this. This we want actually that every home should have this practice. This is for preaching most important. Preaching too. And this tolerance is for our personal application. We should personally in our life learn to tolerate. And non-violence is preaching too. Is a preaching. For preaching, it means we must preach. Otherwise it is violence. So these are the different subject matters you have been told in Bhakti Shastri, you know. Something is for personal application, one thing is for preaching application. So you have to find out which item is for what purpose. Sense control is personal application. Mind control is personal application. Having equipoise is personal application. But non-violence is preaching application. Tolerance is personal application. And this is preaching, Grahadishu, as well as personal both. The one thing Prabhupada says is good. If you control tongue, most of the senses can be controlled. And this one line is also important in the purpose. If you control tongue, the other senses can easily be controlled. Can you find this? Therefore, by systematic regulation of the tongue, should always be engaged in tasting of the remnants of food as offered to Krishna and chanting Hare Krishna. Then the most important thing is here. So false ego means ahankara. Considering myself, I the body is also, you can understand, very simple. When one understands that he is not the body, he is the soul, he comes to the real ego. It means there is a false ego and there is a real ego. So what is real ego? Real ego is?
And not the body.
So real ego is Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nityadasa. I am the servant of Krishna is true ego. I am the master of the body is false ego. Okay? The long Prabhupada written about false ego, Brahmasmi and all that, you can understand, but ultimately it says true ego and false ego. Then Prabhupada is saying about Janam, Prabhupada is quoting 3rd canto of Bhagavatam. Not saying, but it's saying how the birth is so, the womb of mother so much pain. Prabhupada is speaking that. I think our time is over, no? Okay. Then okay, you should read this purport tomorrow. We will continue further. We are slow, but no problem. This part is most important. We have to finish. We are ending it here. Is it okay? You have any question or comment? Anybody has something? Yesterday we left for you to do some research and come. Painting, painting and eyes. So anybody come to conclusion? Huh? Very good. Painting is body. Either is super soul. You from where you got this? Huh? Anybody else has done some little experiment? He has used his mind?
I have totally different. Like painter is Krishna and painting is soul and that eagle is
Similar like
Similar to? Oh,
the first one.
we have to do, yeah.
I did not.
Painter means one who paint. I want to paint, say, cow, I want to paint peacock, I want to paint demigod. It means soul, he want to paint his body. Soul is a enjoyer, he want to paint his body. Painting means body.
What is in my mind that comes out with the canvas?
So ultimately it is the soul who is trying to choose his body as a painting. But all this is ultimately based on the eye, because where he will make painting, who will give him the everything for painting. Everything is ultimately, both are controlled by that. That appears to be more applicable. I was thinking the same way. Anybody else has some objection for that?
Prabhuji, you said that painter is the bhokta and
Yes.
painting is the bhokya.
But Bhokta is okay.
Painter. Bhokta
Okay.
painter.
And painting is the bhokya.
Bhokya.
So in this way,
Preritaram is the ace.
Huh?
Preritaram, one who encourages.
Prerikar means, prayer is always super soul. Where you get word prayer, prerik is always super soul. Prerik means inspirer.
That is reason.
One who inspires us
Yes.
according to our karma. So this is actually how really to go deep into the detail of purport to get deeper. Bhokta is living entity, Bhogya is body, and Prerit is soul or super soul. Is it okay? Anything else?